When you're taking photos of buildings, you're generally at ground level looking up at them. And that's fine, but unfortunately what that means is that your vertical lines tend to converge. They're actually leaning in at the top. Now, if that's the effect you want, that's fine. But I'm after something that's architecturally more precise. I want those vertical lines to be absolutely straight. Now, you could stretch them out when you post the picture, but there is a way to achieve that optically in camera as you take the shot. And the way to do it is to actually adjust the angle of the phone until it is parallel with the front of the building. Or in easier terms, just angle it forwards a bit. So you can see the problem here. I'm at ground level, pointing up at the building to get the top of it. And of course, because I'm angling the camera, those vertical lines are converging, they're leaning inwards. And that might be the effect you're after, in which case you're done. But I want more of an architecturally precise photo. I want those vertical lines to be straight. And the only way you're going to get that when you're taking the picture is to actually angle the camera downwards here, and you'll notice that those vertical lines are getting straighter and straighter, and now they're parallel to the edges of the picture. The building's nice and straight, but unfortunately we haven't got the top of it. That's why I had it angled up in the first place. So the solution to get the top of the building and the nice straight lines is to simply switch to a wider angle. Here I've switched to the 0.5 times, and you can see that I can get the camera positioned so that the edges are nice and straight while still capturing the top of the building. Wait for a gap in the traffic and you'll get a clear shot. Now obviously there is an awful lot of wasted space at the bottom of this frame, but that's okay because we're going to crop it later on and just end up with a nice square clean picture instead. So the only other thing that I need to watch out for now is cars in front of me on this busy road. But don't worry, because with traffic lights, there will be some gaps. This first shot illustrates what's wrong with taking a picture of a building from ground level. I'm pointing up at it in order to see the top of the building, and so those vertical lines are converging, they're leaning inwards. And that might be the effect that you're after, but I wanted something that's more precise, something that's squarer with nice parallel and straight vertical lines. To achieve vertical lines, all you need to do is keep the camera parallel to the front of the subject. And in the case of that building, that just meant angling it vertically downwards. And as I did that, I managed to make these vertical lines on the side nice and straight. They're parallel to the edge of the frame. But of course, by pointing the camera down, I've now cropped the top of the building, which isn't what I wanted. So I've solved one problem, but created another. By using a wider angle lens, though, I've solved both of those problems while creating a new one. I've got too much space at the bottom, but that's okay because I'm going to zoom in, and that also gives me a chance to better center these two towers at the top. So with the same amount of space on either side, we can take a closer look at this picture. Again, by keeping the camera parallel to the front of the building, I've maintained those vertical lines. By zooming out to a wider lens, I've fitted in the whole picture, and then in order to get rid of this wasted space at the bottom, I've zoomed in a bit, and I'm just going to crop that so that when I post that as a square image, it will look like this is exactly what I was after. This is an architecturally correct image now.